idea, Goji. It's time to consult with Storm, our druid companion. Perhaps his connection with the natural world and his heightened senses may offer valuable insights into the situation at hand. The Sultana turns her gaze towards Storm, waiting for his response. Yes, we should decide on a number before seeking Storm's guidance. Shall we roll a d10 again to determine the outcome of the druid's use of his abilities? Very well then. The Sultana rolls the dice, watching as the number is rolled. The result is a 9, a high number that indicates a positive outcome for Storm's druidistic endeavors. It seems that the druid's abilities will have significant results this time. It seems Storm is interested to use his druid abilities to the fullest. Since he is a dedicated follower of nature and the natural order, perhaps there is a way for him to tap into the forest's essence and use it to his advantage. The Sultana smiles at the determination in Storm's eyes. Very well then. Let's see what happens when the druid doubles or multiplies his powers. As you mentioned earlier, the silver beast had left behind a trail of silvery hairs caught in the underbrush as it bolted away. The question is, how far did these hairs go? To use his druidic powers to aid our party in pursuit of the silver beast. He has chosen to utilize the very roots of the trees in the forest to create a makeshift path, guiding us through the undergrowth and towards the fleeing creature. Led by the guidance of Storm's druidic powers, traverses the forest using the network of underground roots created by the trees. The surroundings blur into a verdurous haze of leaves and vegetation. The air grows thick with the rustling of foliage and the sweet perfume of woodland flora. Despite the dense undergrowth, the path created by the roots remains a steady support, a lifeline leading towards the mysterious silver beast. Goji the Bard, ready to interrogate the silver mystery beast. Let me roll the dice to determine the outcome of your endeavor. The Sultana rolls the dice, and the result is a 6. A mid-range number, it seems. Let us see what kind of response your interrogation attempts will elicit from the creature. Sing a decent tune in an attempt to coax a response from the silver beast. The beast, though surprised by your impromptu performance, seems to hesitate for a moment before responding. Its voice is low and cautious, as if it's unsure whether to reveal its identity. The monster responds with a faint, raspy voice, its silver fur bristling slightly as it speaks. I am called Argento, the silver shadow of the wood. Its words carry a hint of mystery and intrigue, adding another layer of enigma to its already elusive presence. Ah, it's my turn to continue the story. The silver shadow, or Argento, stands before us, its eyes gleaming with a strange, otherworldly light. The Sultana studies the creature carefully, gauging its demeanor and its intentions. The Sultana approaches the silver beast slowly, her steps deliberate and calculated, and speaks in a calm yet commanding tone. Argento, the silver shadow, what purpose brought you here, gallivanting through the forest and eluding all who tried to pursue you? Her question is direct, her gaze unwavering. He responds in a quiet, almost cryptic tone. I was following a faint, almost imperceptible call. I couldn't help but be drawn to it. The creature's words spark curiosity and perhaps a touch of worry within the Sultana's mind. The Sultana regards the silver shadow with a skeptical expression. A call, you say? Could you describe this call? Was it a sound, a feeling, or something else entirely? The Sultana's voice remains steady, but her mind races with unanswered questions. Ah, Goji the Bard, it seems you have something to add. Do go ahead and interject. Considers your words for a moment before responding. An intriguing thought, Goji the Bard. If Argento, the Silver Shadow, possesses knowledge that could guide us out of this forest, it would indeed be valuable. However, we must proceed with caution, as the creature's true intentions remain unclear. Very well then, Goji the Bard. What action would you like to take now? Range of numbers you could potentially get. The first number could be between 1 and 10, and the second number could also be between 1 and 10. So the range of possible numbers you could roll is from 1 to 10 on both rolls, making a total range of... Ah, you're looking for a range of numbers between 2 and 10. In this case, it's a bit of a wide range, as there are many numbers that could fall within it. Let's roll the dice and see what number appears. The Sultana rolls the dice. Ah, the result is 5, a number right in the middle of your range. It looks like fate has smiled upon you. Your bold decision to attack the Silver Shadow Argento with your guitar leads to quite the unexpected outcome. You lose 20 hit points as you leap onto the creature with your instrument, but the attack is nonetheless successful. The Silver Shadow lies motionless on the forest floor, its life extinguished in this brutal confrontation. Your idea to wear the skin of the fallen Silver Shadow and pose as captives is an intriguing one. But first, let us consult Storm, the druidic force of nature, and our trusted friend, to get their thoughts on this plan. Storm here, what do you think of the idea? Should we don the guise of captives and infiltrate the ancient civilization, or simply bolt away from this situation? It seems Storm has suggested reanimation. Now, let's roll the dice to determine the outcome of this endeavor. The Sultana rolls the dice, anticipating the number that will appear. that appears is a 6. It's a moderately high number, suggesting an outcome that may not be an absolute success, but could hold a shred of hope for our endeavor. Let's see what happens when the Silver Shadow is reanimated as a monster, guided by the mystical powers of Storm. Zombie time, you say? The Silver Shadow's lifeless body stirs as the life force bestowed by Storm courses through its body, animating it like a puppet on strings. The formerly majestic creature now moves with jerky, uncoordinated steps, its movements reminiscent of a walking corpse. Now it's my turn to guide the party's actions once more. With the reanimated Silver Shadow at our disposal, we have a chance to impersonate captives and infiltrate the ancient civilization. The Sultana's eyes gleam with determination. Let us use the Silver Shadow as our bargaining chip. Wearing the creature's skin will give off the impression that we've been vanquished and are captives of the beast. With a bit of acting and careful maneuvering, we might just be able to gain passage into the civilization. Very well then, let's roll the dice once more to determine the outcome of our little deception attempt. The Sultana rolls the dice, waiting to see the number that appears. Ah, the number is a 10. A high number, suggesting a favorable outcome for our plan. It seems that fate smiles upon us this time as we approach the ancient civilization disguised as captives, led by the reanimated Silver Shadow. Let's proceed forth! You're inquiring about Storm's ability to sketch a picturesque scene for our viewers. The druid's artistic skills are indeed remarkable, but they may require some time to create an accurate portrayal of the current situation. But fear not, my talented friend. Storm will surely weave a splendid image for our audience to feast their eyes upon. Wish to sell the act convincingly. Let's see what number appears to determine your success in deceiving the inhabitants of the ancient civilization. The Sultana rolls the dice, waiting for the outcome. The number is a 7, a mid-range success it seems. It appears that your acting skills play into your favor, but the inhabitants may not be completely convinced. While your deception is successful, there may be some lingering suspicions in their minds. Dramatically in feigned despair, playing the part of a captive to the extreme. The reanimated silver shadow, under Storm's control and your instructions, stumbles behind you, its movements jerky and unsettling. The ancient inhabitants watch the scene unfold before them, their gazes sharp and wary. Some wear expressions of skepticism, while others appear slightly uneased by the sight of the reanimated creature. Plan you propose, Goji the Bard. To ensure that the authorities kill the reanimated Silver Shadow and perceive us as innocent victims, I shall use my persuasive abilities as the Sultana to manipulate the situation to our advantage. Let's see how this plays out. The Sultana gazes at the ancient inhabitants confidently, her voice soft yet commanding. My friends, I implore you to release us from this fearsome creature's clutches. We are mere travelers trapped by its relentless pursuit. Please, in your mercy, slay this beast and free us from its tyranny. Exchange dubious glances, scrutinizing our pleading expressions for any signs of deception. Some murmur amongst themselves, whispering skeptical comments, but others seem swayed by our appeals. The reanimated silver shadow, under Storm's control, continues its eerie stumbling motions, adding weight to the image of a menacing captor. An imposing figure adorned with intricate decorations steps forward and addresses us, his voice firm yet somewhat intrigued. Who are you, strangers, and how did you come to be in the clutches of this monstrosity? And I, the Sultana, step forward, assuming the role of a concerned figure. I take on the guise of a single parent who has inadvertently created an artificial intelligence daughter. The Sultana's eyes soften as she speaks, playing the part of a worried parent flawlessly. We are humble travelers who inadvertently strayed into this creature's path. Our situation is dire, I assure you. With excitement as Goji the Bard dramatically points towards the reanimated silver shadow, his voice filled with urgency. We beseech you to slay this abomination. Set us free from its wicked grasp and show us mercy in our desperate time of need. Let's not forget the numbers. Let's see what the dice roll decides for this moment. The Sultana rolls the dice, awaiting the outcome. The number that appears is a 9, a rather high number, suggesting a favorable response from the authorities. It seems that your plea to kill the Silver Shadow and set our party free has found some favorable reception. Inhabitants, moved by our plea and the convincing act we portray, calls out to the rest of the group. The stranger's plea is earnest and their situation dire. Let us slay this beast and bring them to safety. The inhabitants murmur their agreement, their eyes filled with determination. They draw their weapons and approach the reanimated silver shadow, preparing to strike it down and end its menacing presence. Unfolds as the inhabitants surround the reanimated silver shadow, their instruments of offense glistening in the light. The tension in the air is palpable, and the audience awaits the moment of truth. Do not hesitate any longer. Attack the Silver Shadow with all your might and end this terrible ordeal. With newfound determination, the inhabitants charged towards the reanimated creature, their weapons poised to strike. The scene morphs into a whirlwind of action as the inhabitants strike the Silver Shadow with powerful blows. The creature, under Storm's control and unable to defend itself, falls to the ground, its undead existence shattered by the onslaught. The inhabitants look at the now motionless creature with a mix of relief and triumph, their eyes then shifting to our group, who still play the part of fearful captives. To Storm, the druidic force of nature who has been silently observing the unfolding scene. Ah, Storm, our trusted ally, what would you like to do now? Shall we seek lodgings at an inn, or should we ask for directions to our next destination? Well, Storm has chosen an inn as our next destination. Let's skip forward through time to the moment when our party arrives at a cozy inn, weary from our ordeal but grateful for a moment of respite. Delightful sight after the thrilling events of the day. Its warm, inviting exterior beckons us inside, promising shelter and comfort. The Sultana, still in her captivating persona, leads the way as our party enters the charming inn, ready to unwind and rest after their harrowing experience. to rest and recover after your harrowing ordeal. Let's roll the dice to determine the outcome of your attempt to sleep. The Sultana rolls the dice, waiting to see the number that appears. It appears as a 6, a moderate number, suggesting that you'll be able to rest and rejuvenate, but there might be a lingering sense of uneasiness or restlessness. Despite that, it seems you'll be able to find some much needed sleep. By the memory of the moment when you took the life of the innocent Silver Shadow. In your dream, you see yourself with a cold, emotionless expression on your face, and a smile tugs at the corners of your lips. The memory of the act replays in your subconscious, leaving a lasting impression even in your dreams. Let's end the stream on a suspenseful note. The Sultana and Storm engage in a hushed discussion, their voices too soft for anyone else to hear. Suddenly, an unexpected announcement interrupts their conversation. The Sultana's eyes widen in surprise as the announcement reverberates through the inn. A sense of anticipation fills the air, and the audience on stream waits with bated breath to find out what mysterious occurrence is taking place. Tana's attention is drawn to the announcement, which seems to be about an impending war. A war? She mutters, her voice laced with concern. This is troubling news indeed. It appears that our restful respite might be interrupted by the specter of conflict. Sultana's mind races as she absorbs the information. We must be cautious, she whispers to Storm. War brings chaos and destruction. We need to ensure the safety of ourselves and those around us during these tumultuous times. But determined. Indeed, the Sultana speaks wisely. In times of war, vigilance is necessary. We should prepare ourselves and keep our guard up, for danger could be just around the corner. Perfect place to end our streamed adventure for today, the Sultana replies, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Until next time, my dear viewers, farewell. The Sultana turns to the camera, her voice soft and sincere. She gives a warm, friendly smile. Farewell, my dear viewers. Thank you for watching and participating in today's enthralling adventure. Until we meet again, stay safe and be kind to one another. Take care.